Okay guys, welcome back to Ace Attorney. So I will be finishing up the investigation today into the Abbot of Tahrust Inmee Sanctum's murder. But yeah, so my main goal for today's stream is I want to finish the investigation, and I definitely want to make sure I get onto the trial today, just because it would be nice to, because it seems like maybe I've been taking it slower. I mean, these Ace Attorney streams have been a lot more chattier lately, which is a good thing. And yeah, so this investigation seems to be taking a while, so it would be nice to get on to the trial part today. Right. But I hope everyone is having a great start to their week. I don't really have, well, I do have something planned for this week, and the Sunday coming up is, I don't know whether it's like a universal holiday all around the world, but in the UK, Father's Day is this coming Sunday, so whereas I don't think I'll be spending time with my dad this weekend because he is going to be rocking and rolling at a bike rally. I would think I'll maybe be spending some time with Fred's dad this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. But so we left off on a bit of a cliffhanger last time because Phoenix has been ushered before the Queen of Crying. Quite the well, not alliterative, but phonetic rhyming there. And the Queen isn't alone. The Minister of Justice, Inga Karain, is also there. So yeah, we're gonna find out what the Queen wants with Mr. Right or with Phoenix and see where the investigation goes from here. So let's get into it. I don't know if I have anything else to say about what I've been up to. No, okay. I'm just gonna continue. What is wrong with you, Barbed Head? Show some respect. Huh? Oh, should I bow or prostrate myself? What does that mean, prostrate? I guess it means, correct your posture? I don't know. No, it is quite alright. Stay as you are. Mother? Your Eminence, I would like to give thanks to you. You honor both me and my husband. His exemplary service deserves to be honored. Oh, but what a terribly trying time this must be for you, Lady Believe. May my prayer comfort your soul and that of your dearly departed husband. Nothing would please me more. Oh, Your Eminence, your words are wasted on my humble husband and I. Now look, that's what I call a commanding presence. So, you are the lawyer of whom my daughter speaks. Yes, Your Eminence, I am so very honored to make your noble acquaintanceship. I'm humbled to bask in your resplendence. Did I overdo it? I have no idea how to talk to a queen. Ho-ho, may the Holy Mother's blessing be upon you. Now then, Lady Believe, let us go to the Chamber of Prayer. Rafa, you are to accompany us too. Yes, Mother. Wow, the Queen is seriously something else. Heh, the prayer of lament, huh? Don't see how that'll do any good. It's Justice Minister Inga. Who are you, buddy? Nice to see you again, Minister Inga. Again? Have we met? I'm Phoenix Wright. We met in the accused lobby the other day. Oh right, blue suit, jagged hair. You're that lawyer who brought my daughter down a peg or two. Your daughter? Yeah, Rafa. He's Princess Rafa's father. So that's weird. So, if Princess Rafa's mother is the queen... Hi Francisco, welcome in. If Princess Rafa's mother is the queen, but her father is the Justice Minister, why isn't the Justice Minister the King of Kharain? A guy like him would froth at the mouth at the chance to become king. So why isn't he king? That's interesting. So he's Queen Garan's husband. You planning on sticking your fat nose in this mess too? The accused is a good friend of mine. Like I said the last time, you better watch yourself, see? Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? You wanna question me? That would be great. Hehehe, you got balls for a lawyer. Guess I can play along a bit. But I got things to do, see? So we'll have to talk while I work. So, this incident... I wanted to let you know that I'll be the defense lawyer on this case too. Well, don't say I didn't warn ya. You only won last time because that idiotic prosecutor filed false charges. He's really just blindly stamping documents. But it's gonna be different this time. I got Kharain's top prosecutor on this one, see? I don't care who I go up against. I'm going to prove my client innocent. You haven't forgotten that little thing called the DCA, have you? Blow this one and you'll suffer the same fate as the accused. How could I forget? Heh, you lawyers are all the same. You strut your stuff till the DC Act comes down hard. Then you start begging and pleading for your lives. It's really hard to watch, I tell ya. Well, I don't plan on letting it come to that. So the DCA, as I'm gonna be calling it, because saying Defense Culpability Act over and over is a bit of a mouthful. So, were you the one who wrote the DCA? Heh, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. What's it to you? Either way, as Justice Minister, I'm gonna enforce the thing. It started as a way to counter the dirty tricks of your trade like falsified evidence, but it turned out to be quite handy, efficient even. Handy? Efficient? Yeah, made my job real easy. Any goons who cross me or the Garan administration are gonna get just what they deserve, especially those rebel scum. You can get away with that here. Better watch your mouth, lawyer. I enforce the law in Kharain, see? And being that I'm the queen's husband, that makes me king. There we go. So even though it's not officially the king of Kharain, he does see himself as the king. No, I'm pretty sure the queen is the boss around here. Go on, say what you're thinking so I can charge you with lese majesty. I can't get myself arrested now. Listen up, lawyer. We got a low crime rate and a populace that lives in peace. And that's all thanks to the DC Act, so I don't want to hear any more lip about it. But I can't defend my client unless I can speak my mind. Heh, even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered. What's that supposed to mean? Let's just say I got a little trick up my sleeve, so I'd watch it if I were you. Cause you got a defiant attitude, like one of them dragon dudes. Say, White, you know what these are? No, what? Orders of execution. They really pile up if I start slacking off. What? So it's just killing tons of people by stamping their papers blindly. And tomorrow I'll have even more work to do, processing the one for your little friend. And if you really do defend her, I'll have to add one more to the pile for you. But you're not stupid enough to waste your life on that criminal, are ya? Well, we've defended her before and got her out of jail, so... Don't worry, I'll make sure to lighten your workload, Inga. I won't give you a single execution order to sign tomorrow. I have returned, Barbed Head. Your benevolence, are you done with the rite? Yes, it was performed flawlessly. Lady Believe stayed behind to speak with Mother. I hope this will help ease her sorrow, even if just a little. So, you have been speaking with my father? Yes, you could say that. My father is a great man. He works tirelessly to keep the peace in our kingdom. Khurain, as it stands today, owes everything to the efforts of my mother and father. You should feel deeply honored. Under normal circumstances, they would have never spoken so readily with a lawyer. Yes, of course. It seems Rafa doesn't know what her father is really like. Well, now that we're done here, let's go see if I can talk to Maya now. There she is, Maya Fair. Oh, it's you, Nick. Maya, are you okay? The questioning wasn't too harsh, was it? No, I'm alright. How about you? Make any progress? Well, I haven't found any conclusive evidence that could prove your innocence, but I have a small lead. Really? But for right now, I'd like to ask you about the High Priest. Sure, ask away. By the way, what's the princess doing with you still, Nick? Doesn't she have anything better to do? Doesn't seem like it. I heard that. How rude. Of course I have many other things I could be doing. Oh yeah, like what, Rafa? Pampering your hair? Throwing hissy fits at the other guards? I don't know. It's just a thought, but do you think the High Priest could have been a rebel? A rebel? Why would you even think that? Because if he was, then the rebel hunter Lady Kira would have had a motive to kill him. Whoa, what? Uh-oh, Princess Rafa overheard me. What idiocy is this? Abbot Inmee, a rebel? It is beyond the pale. My mother has offered a prayer of lament to his soul. That is the sort of person he was. Alright, I was just raising the possibility. I will not listen to such tomfoolery. She stormed out. Oh well, nothing we can do about that. Do you recall the High Priest doing anything suspicious? Come to think of it, he seemed unusually restless during the rite. He kept glancing up at the sky, though I have no idea why. He was restless and kept looking up at the sky. That doesn't really tell us much, does it? Anything else come to mind? Sorry, that's about it. Guess this is all I'm going to learn about the High Priest right now. Oh, but there is one thing I should follow up on. I want to keep my spirit channeling ability a secret while I'm here, Nick. What? Why? I'll, explain later. With Princess Rafa gone, this might be my only chance. Okay, let's ask Maya why she's choosing to hide her channeling whilst in Khurain. Maya, about what you said earlier, why can't you tell anyone you're able to channel spirits? Oh, that! You know how all the queens are also spirit mediums here? I heard. It was kind of a shock at first, though. In Khurainism, spirit channeling is a secret art that can only be performed by the queen. No one else is supposed to be able to do it. I see. So spirit channeling is a symbol of power or authority then, in that sense. I can see why it would look bad if a nobody from another country were able to do it too. Spirit channeling in the Khurain tradition was developed from a Khurainist style that was brought to the US via Japan, but it seems like my clan's spiritual power is greater than that of the average Khurain is. Maybe a quirk due to how our styles diverge, but I don't really know. So if spirit channeling is a power possessed only by the queens of Khurain, and it's a power that somehow made its way down the line to Maya, then I guess that makes Queen Garan and Princess Rafa distant relatives of Maya's. Anyway, it's not like there's some kind of rule about it. It's just I'd rather not have it become an issue or anything. That's why mediums who come here to train hide the fact that they can channel spirits. I see. I had no idea it was so complicated. Either way, training here is a must to fulfill the qualification needed to become the master. And what is this qualification to become the master? To be able to channel spirits with one's own volition and without fail every time. Like, remember how my spirit channeling was always hit or miss? I only ever succeeded about 30% of the time. Yeah, and it was more like spirits possessed her as opposed to her channeling them. So you can do it every single time now, whenever you want? Yep. At least, I think. You think? Well, I haven't actually tried channeling anyone since I completed my training here. But once I get back home, I plan on taking the final spirit medium test. I'll have to try channeling one spirit after another in a marathon channeling session. Only those who pass the test are worthy of becoming the master, huh? Yeah, but I know I can do it. I'm going to ace that test and become the next master. After all, I can't let my clan and the other villages down. Right. Maya's the next big hope of Korean village. That's got to be a lot of pressure. So, speaking of similarities, I've noticed another similarity between our countries besides spirit channeling. I saw a show on TV earlier that reminded me of a Steel Samurai. Oh, you must mean the Plume Punisher, warrior of Neo-Twilight Realm. Okay, hydration time. So, you've already seen the Plume Punisher? You really don't miss a mate. Actually, it was her benevolence who told me all about it. There is not a single person in Karain who does not know of it. Oh, your benevolence, you're back. As the royal priestess, I am charged with monitoring your movements. So I have changed my mind, for in order to fulfill my duty, I must not avert my ears, not even from your blasphemous theories. Her sense of duty is commendable, but I wouldn't mind if she backed off a bit. Great timing, your benevolence. There's actually something I wanted to show off to the both of you. Show off? Maya sure seems excited all of a sudden. Yep, ta-da! Well, what's that? It's an ultra-rare Plume Punisher strap. There's only one of them in the whole world. It was specially made to promote the TV show. You're the owner of this strap? Don't tell me you're a Plume Punisher fan too, your benevolence. No, of course not. Only little children watch that show. I have no interest in such things. Right. No, I am telling the truth. Sure, let's just leave it at that. So, how did you get your hands on that, Maya? I found a kindred spirit in a Plume Punisher fan here in Karain. It resulted in an exchange of cultures transcending national borders. And by cultural exchange, you mean you swap TV show promo merchandise? You bet, I traded my Steel Samurai watch for this strap. It's a super rare watch that plays the Steel Samurai theme song when the alarm goes off. My newfound Karainese friend was so happy, I got this one-of-a-kind strap in return. I guess there are people like that wherever you go, even here in Karain. Watch this, when you press the Magatama on her belt, it plays the show's theme song. That sounds just like the Steel Samurai theme song. What are you talking about? Can't you hear the folk instruments in the intro and the exotic tones throughout? Plus the Steel Samurai has Japanese taiko drums that go Daka don 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 in the intro. So the Plume Punisher strap has been added to the court record. This one-of-a-kind strap plays the Plume Punisher theme and the Magatama on the belt is pressed. Right. Guess my ears just aren't as good as yours. Anyway, I have this amazing idea for a new show. Plume Punisher versus Steel Samurai. I'm going to totally go pitch it to some TV stations when I get back home. It's going to be a huge hit. Right, your benevolence. I have no interest in such things. Well, if nothing else, talking about the Plume Punisher has thankfully seemed to cheer Maya up a bit. It's getting late. Try to get some sleep, okay, Maya? And leave tomorrow to me. Okay, thanks, Nick. I think I've covered just about everything. Time to head back to the temple and go over everything I've learned so far. Okay, let's go back to the temple. It's getting late. Won't be long until sundown. Mr. Wright, your benevolence. Are you done with your investigation for today? Pretty much. I thought I'd go over what I've learned so far. Here to join me? Yes, please allow me to help. Okay. First, we know that the High Priest received a warning 3 days ago. It was from someone claiming to be Lady Kira, and it told him not to perform the rite. That's right, it was that rebel hunter, but what of it? That's what I'm not sure of yet. Why would Lady Kira want to stop the rite? If you could solve that mystery, right, I could figure out her motive for threatening the High Priest. It might be the break I need, but I just don't know enough right now to act on the lead. How unfortunate for you, Barbed Head. Your only hope is pure speculation. That shall not stand up in the Hall of Justice. You have no actual proof of Lady Kira's involvement in this crime after all. Yeah, the warning letter alone can't prove who killed the High Priest. I'll give you one last chance to withdraw before you are charged under the DC Act. Your benevolence? While it is true you did not forge or suppress any evidence, that is perhaps a product of my careful monitoring of your every move. I wasn't planning on to do anything like that in the first place, your benevolence. But I am going to prove Maya's innocence within the confines of the law. How can you be so sure you will? Because of my undying faith in my clients. That is a lawyer's greatest weapon. Humph, what nonsense. You have chosen to dig your own grave. When next we meet, it shall be in the Hall of Justice. As Royal Priestess, it is my duty to reveal the truth through the divination seance. This time, I will prove that the insights I gleaned thereof are the very truth itself. Prepare yourself, for this shall be your last trial, and your last rites. Tomorrow shall end with you under the headsman's axe. Tomorrow, I'll be defending Maya in that so-called Hall of Justice again. That whole seance thing makes trials here completely different from those back home. Plus, I don't have a shred of conclusive evidence. On the other hand, I've got plenty of confusion and anxiety to spare. Ha ha ha. Hi, Ibrahim. Very funny. Yeah, you won't catch me playing Limbo with my mic today. That's what caused me to kind of look like I was latching around like a walker yesterday. So, because yesterday I was really locked in with Resident Evil, I didn't really get a chance to talk much about the wrestling show I went to on Friday. Well, the only thing I did mention about it was the one annoying thing that kind of ruined the show for me just a little bit. But apart from that one annoying thing, yeah, I had a really nice time at the show, and the meet and greet in particular, because the local wrestling show I went to on Friday, they do this really neat thing where for some of their shows they'll include a free meet and greet in the ticket. So if you get put in the in the front, second or third row, you'll get a free meet and greet. And so me and Fred got to do that. So that was how. And by the way, the meet and greet photos of me meeting the wrestlers, they are available on my Discord, which is my Discord. So yeah, and there's a channel on my Discord called Meeting or Getting Liked by Wrestlers, and I put my meet and greet pictures in there. Also, if you're a Chugs Army member and you check the Chugs Army Discord often, then I've also put them in a neat little collage to prevent spamming in the very similarly named channel. So, but the meet and greet was great, and I met quite a few wrestlers. I think I met quite a few wrestlers, but I think the ones I was most excited to meet were NGW Women's Champion Alexis Falcon, because Alexis is quite well known on the indie wrestling scene. She beat current top AEW women's star Mercedes Moné for the Rev Pro UK British Women's Championship, whatever that title's called. And so I was looking forward to meeting her because she's also from the same town that I currently live in. And I think the other two people that I was really looking forward to meeting I was looking forward to meeting a guy called Adam Maxted again, because Adam Maxted, he's actually been on Love Island in the UK before, and he wrestles for NGW, which is the company I went to see on Friday. So, and I've met him twice now. I met him December 2023, and then I met him again on Friday. And it seems like he managed to give Fred some really good workout advice, because thanks to Adam, my fiance, has gotten some protein powder. So Fred has chocolate protein powder, and he's been drinking. So he's basically been having chocolate protein drink for most of the day. And I think he really appreciates the advice, because I don't know, I think we have brought this up on stream, but my fiance is trying to lose weight. So, and he's been doing a good job, but I think he wants to lose weight a little bit faster, and he also wants to gain muscle. So the protein powder will definitely help with that. Yeah, Ibrahim, the pictures are really nice. I do think, whereas they're all nice, I think some of them do look particularly nice. Like, I really like the picture with Alexis Falcon, the NGW Women's Champion. And I also really like the picture with Matt Myers, who put his hand on my shoulder. And then I think the highlight of the meet and greet was actually meeting the NGW Gen X League champion Ace Matthews and getting to hold his fake-ish title. And, well, it's a real title, but it's designed to look like a fake title because Ace has a trophy. The trophy is the actual title that he holds, and then he made like a title belt just so he felt even more like a champion. Ibrahim, why does Fred need to lose weight? He's already skinny. Well, I know he is like skinny. He just wants to. I think the main thing he wants to lose is belly fat, because he wants to, like, he wants to keep his current body shape, but just like make abs more visible. I think he basically wants to become like kind of like a pro wrestler. So, and so yeah, even though I bitched and moaned yesterday a little bit about a kid that was annoying me at the show and ruined my experience just a little bit, I really did enjoy the meet and greet, and yeah. One of the wrestlers did ask me a really neat question, and I'll repeat it on stream, but there's a wrestler called Rogan, and he asked me what my wrestling ring name would be, and there is a very similar wrestler with a very similar name. So there was a female wrestler who used to wrestle for WWE called Mandy Rose, and I decided my name would be Georgia Rose, because Georgia is my name, my actual name, and whereas I don't have any preference on what people call me on stream, I do consider G-Dog very much my Twitch name and online alias. And Rose, I just thought roses because I really like roses, and yeah, so I figured it was a really nice name. Ibrahim, he does sit-ups every night. He already knows how to do sit-ups. Lie on the ground and get up and touch our forehead to our knees. Best ab belly fat losing exercise plus great stretching for the back. Yeah, he already does. Excuse me. He already does sit-ups every night. He does press-ups every night as well. I think that's it. He mainly... he's got weights that he does the curls with. So he does have a workout routine every night, but I think when he was asking wrestlers about their workout routines, I think he was mainly looking for alternate ways to lose weight as well as working out. Which is good, because I think, especially from Adam Maxted, the wrestler that we talked to quite in depth about it, I think he did give Fred some really good tips. Itchy. And I already mentioned that me and Fred are already planning on going to the next NGW show, so yeah, I'll definitely be keeping an eye on the wrestling promotions website to double check the time that the tickets go on sale, because I know the tickets for NGW's next show go on sale on Friday. I'm just not 100% sure what time they'll be available. And yeah, because I really want to be on it getting tickets for that, because I want to be front row. One thing that you notice, Ibrahim, so we Gen Z never became adults. Like, I'm 20 and I still feel like a kid. I still look like a kid. I still get people that'll come up to me Especially if they've known me since I was a kid, and they'll go like, Georgia, you really haven't aged. And I'll just go like, I know, I've got youthful looks. I am kind of blessed that way. Because I know, unfortunately, some people can be quite the opposite, where they won't even be that old, but they'll look like twice as old as they probably actually are. I do wonder if I got my ageless looks from my dad though, because my dad is in his 60s and he does not look like a 60-year-old. He probably looks around like 20 years younger. Because, yeah, my dad's birthday is coming up, so I'm just trying to... So it's 2026, so he will be 68? No, 67? Yeah, something like that. Just trying to do the math in my head. Whereas I'm like nearly 30 and I still feel a bit like a kid. I think if you told me that and Fred was here next to me, he'd probably be like, well, I don't, because Fred kind of complains, like, not like really grumbly, but he'll just say, I'm old. And I'll, of course, being the supportive partner that I am, I'll go, no, you're not old. Because it's not, like, I do get why he feels that way, but at the same time, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, stop it, stop saying something that's not true. So, let the trial of Maya Fey begin. The defense is ready, Your Majesty. Oh, it's Sad Maddie. He's flown in from America. Huh? So this'll be the first time that Phoenix is meeting Nayuta. Quiet. Can't you see Prosecutor Sad Maddie is absorbed in silent prayer? Great. Trial's barely started and the judge is already mad at me. He's very devout for a prosecutor. Why is the accused standing over there? Oh, well, Your Majesty, in addition to being the accused, she is also my judicial assistant. The accused is your assistant, you say? Very well, then. A criminal does indeed make a fitting partner to a lawyer with a defiled soul. That wasn't very nice. Yeah, well, bad-mouthing lawyer seems to be a custom of sorts here in Karain. Oh my, excuse me. I must say, I'm surprised to see you still here in Karain, Mr. Wright. And even more so to find you in the Hall of Justice once more. I cannot fathom why you would willingly risk your life in yet another trial. The answer is simple, Your Majesty. I'm a lawyer, and this is what lawyers do. Although, to be frank, I'd rather be anywhere but here right now. Such foolishness. Ah, Prosecutor Samadi, are you ready to begin now? Yes, Your Majesty. The prosecution is ready. Let us begin without further delay. But first, I promise you both this. I will cast your wicked souls into the fires of hell. Thus shall the soul of the victim attain salvation. Ha 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 ha! Splendid! I would expect nothing less of you, Prosecutor Samadi. I think I'll pass on that whole fire and brimstone deal. But I'm not surprised by your words or stance, considering what Apollo's told me about you. So, it was you who instilled that putrid loyally guile within him. Putrid what? He too must soon face the fires, lest his soul be lost to redemption. But I shall send you on ahead so that he will not be lonely when he arrives. Sorry, but I'm afraid it won't be that easy. People say I never know when to give up. Nervous, Maya? A little. Feels like it's been ages since we stood side by side like this in court. Too bad I'm the defendant. Don't worry. We haven't lost a case together yet. You're right. Let's give this everything we've got, Nick. Now then, Prosecutor Samadi, would you please explain the case at hand? Of course, Your Majesty. Let us begin the last rites of the victim. Maya Fey has been charged with the crime of murder. The victim of her heinous crime was High Priest Tahrust Inmee. He was conducting the purification rite when he was brutally slain. And the cause of death? Let us review the victim's autopsy report and the crime scene photo, shall we? The cause of death was blood loss from a stab wound delivered to the abdomen. The murder weapon was likely the warbard dagger, which was used in the rite. However, the weapon is yet to be found, though the scene was thoroughly searched. A sacred relic used as a tool of murder, the Holy Mother's wrath shall be most severe. The murder itself took place at the height of the purification rite. The accused had donned Lady Hera's sacred robes, and the victim was there to offer prayers as a high priest of Koreanism. During the rite, the victim and the accused were the only two at the inner sanctum. Therefore, the only person who could have slain the victim is Maya Fey. I must say, that does cast a great deal of suspicion upon the accused. Indeed. Now then, allow me to submit this diagram of the crime scene as evidence in the case. So, the inner sanctum diagram has been added to the court record. It shows where the lanterns and the warbad statue are. In Koreanism, slaying a priest is a sin most grave and dreadful. As such, Maya Fey's soul shall be plunged into the lowest level of hell, the hell of tickling. The hell of tickling? That she shall be tickled without end for 500 million years. I think the only reason that tickling would be hell for me is if I was tickled for the rest of time on my feet. I hate being tickled on my feet. That is a terrible fate indeed. Would the defense care to respond? And here I thought the lowest level of hell was the hell of back pain. I don't remember killing anyone, and I don't have that dagger or anything like it. As my client stated, she has no memory of the event as described by the prosecution. But more importantly, she had to... Bible. Bear with me, guys. Just doing moderation on Twitch. Okay, back to the game.
Objection.
I thought you might say that. Nevertheless, the meaningless panel of lawyers is utterly ineffectual here in the Hall of Justice. For all will be made clear by her benevolence, Rafa Padma Karain's insights. So it is, and so it shall be. The divination seance reveals the truth for all to see. Here we go again. Oh my god. Pardon me. Bailiff, please show in the royal priestess. So I wonder how badly Rafa's insights will go today. They're no doubt gonna be incorrect, because otherwise, if they were correct, then how are we gonna defend Maya? That was the word I was looking for. My brain buffered there for a second. Okay, Rafa, what you got for us this time?
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped.
It's still really weird that most of the game is not voice acted, and yet they'll have these like random lines out of nowhere that are solely voice acted.
O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me.
I think I do prefer the way that the Professor Layton games do voice acting, because in voice acting for Professor Layton, the earlier games will only voice act really important scenes, and then the later in the series you get, the more scenes will be voice acted, because the games get that much better that there's always important things going on.
So that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
The Ace Attorney crossover game with Professor Layton is ironically probably the most voice acted Ace Attorney game, because I think Capcom kind of went level 5's way of thinking with the voice acting, where a lot of the trial scenes and the investigations are voice acted. Such a pretty dance. Also, in the future, that scene can be skipped because I think Capcom knows that if you've seen it once, you don't really need to see it every time. So if you do get tired of just seeing Rayfair dance about, then let me know, and then I can always skip it in future trials. Because the dance of devotion that Rayfair does, it does overstay its welcome just a little bit. So that was Abbot Tahrust Inmee's last moments. If anyone can do it though, it's you, Nick. Or technically it's me, because I'm the one playing as you. Also, I know I had to miss last Friday, but as far as I know, I will definitely be able to stream every day this week that I do stream. So I'll be able to stream today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Sunday. Well, maybe not Sunday. I'll have to see how my Father's Day plans fall into place because whereas my Father's Day plans with my actual dad will be belated due to him being busy this weekend. I imagine I might go do something with my fiance's dad, like whether that's something as simple as going around to his house for the day. And I know Sunday is usually the day I stream with Fred as well. So, but yeah, as I said, I'll just have to see how my plans line up. So, insight. So this is what Rayfair has interpreted the the victim's last moments to be like. So the victim commenced the purification rite by bowing to the lanterns and reading a sutra. As the first part, the transformation rite, ended, he lowered the sutra. Suddenly, he heard the accused approaching footsteps and smelled her incense-laden robes. It was then that the victim felt an intense pain. I believe this is when he was stabbed. As his life's blood spilled over, his vision dimmed till finally he passed from our world. That is everything the victim experienced. Well, I already know of one contradiction I can point out, but I won't explain it now. I'll explain it when I present the evidence to support that contradiction. So the inner sanctum diagram has been updated with Maya and the high priest positions. Also, depending on Thursday when I stream Red Dead 2, depending on what time the showcase is, the stream might start with a watch along, because on Thursday, or is it on? No, it is on Thursday. But on Thursday, there is a deep dive showcase into the upcoming remake of Persona 4, Persona 4 Revival. And I definitely want to watch it. And plus it'll kind of give you guys a sneak peek into what to expect from Persona 4, because I won't be streaming Persona 4 for a good while longer yet, I'd imagine, because I'm still finishing Persona 5 Royal, and then after Persona 5 Royal I'll be playing Persona 3 Reload, and then after that I'll be planning on playing Persona 4, which will either be golden if the remake hasn't come out yet, or it'll be Persona 4 Revival. So yeah. And then as a little bonus game in the Atlas Persona series playthrough on stream, I might actually do a full playthrough of Metaphori Fantasia after I've done the Persona games. Because I showcased that game on stream, but I would really love to do a proper full playthrough for it. Because I think had Baldur's Gate not come out, because I think it came out the same year Baldur's Gate 3 did, but had Baldur's Gate 3 not come out, I think Metaphor would have done so much better at the end of year awards. So this is just Phoenix rehashing over how he found contradictions to Maya, seeing as Maya wasn't around for the last trial, so she missed Phoenix figuring out the loopholes in Rafer's insights. Oh, that's nice that they do give you the option to replay the tutorial in case it's been a while since you last played the game. But I don't think I need a rehash. I'm good. So let's see, the victim, I'll just pause the thingy. So the victim commenced the purification rite by bowing to the lanterns and reading a sutra. I don't think there's any predictions in that part. Right, as the first part, the rite ended, he lowered the sutra. Never mind, I thought I knew the contradiction, but now that I'm looking at the insights and the moments playing in front of me, I might be a little bit stumped. So I think I might consult my friendly neighborhood Ace Attorney guide just to get me started off on the right track. But the guide I use to consult the right answer during my Ace Attorney walkthroughs is the Ace Attorney Guides on Strategy Wiki, which I highly recommend. They're a really good guide, and they're also really good for if you're a platinum trophy hunter and you want to get all the trophies. It'll tell you where all the trophies are and how to get them. Let's see. The rite of turnabout. So it's trial day 1, I think. Yeah, episode 3. So... Third statement of fifth panel. Okay. Okay, so select the footsteps sound. I wonder why.
Objection!
Oh, that's why they don't get louder. Yeah, but the footsteps don't get louder as the accused approaches.
Objection!
I think Wraith is getting smarter. She now knows that her insights can easily be picked apart by Phoenix, so she's like, oh, hell no, you're not gonna pick apart my insights anymore. Makes them better. Footsteps changed into bells? What could this mean? So the victim didn't hear footsteps? Huh. Bells? But the only bells at the scene of the crime were... Ah, that jingling must have come from Abbot Inmee's bells. You mean those big things he had on his ankles? Well, there you have it. The sound of bells was from the High Priest's own footsteps. But then that means... If the footsteps belong to the victim himself, it means it was the victim who was moving, not the accused. The victim was the one who went running toward the broken lantern from the spring. A far cry from what her benevolence's insight would have us believe. So the inner sanctum diagram has been updated with Maya and the High Priest's updated positions. But why would the victim have approached the accused? Maybe he was trying to defend himself. Please explain. I don't think so. I think I remember where this is going. So if you have a good sense of common sense, you might be able to figure it out yourselves without me outright saying it for you. Especially given what Phoenix Wright cases have kind of done in the past. Still your voices. This is nothing but a theory and a poor one at that. But be not led astray by this lawyer's obvious postulation. While his insolence is inexcusable, I would ask that you calm yourself, your benevolence. Is there something you would care to say, Prosecutor Sanmati? Even if it was Abbot Inmee who moved, it does not negate the accused's crime. What do you mean? The accused was likely waiting for the High Priest to approach. Ah! And as he neared, she plunged the dagger into him. It is as simple as that. Oh, right. It really doesn't change much, does it? Yes, it is as the prosecutor said. In fact, it is as I meant to say all along as well. Right, and that's why you were so shocked when you first heard it. Understand now, lawyer? That contradiction you conjured up has come to naught. Once I hone my insights, it will vanish like the dying rays in the sun. So, the insight has changed to he rushed the accused and tried to fight her off by the broken lantern. See, the fact that it was Abbot Inmee who moved changes nothing. Ah, come on, Phoenix, you gotta keep your cool. That contradiction I pointed out must mean something. That one sensation changed after Princess Rafer refined her vision. It stands to reason that something else might have changed too because of the refinement. I should focus on any sensations that have changed, while searching for more contradictions between them and her insights. So if I had to guess, there probably might be a... There probably might be a contradiction in the new statement. Incense bells water. So there wasn't water there before. I wonder if that's the new clue. Ah, it is. Okay, on the new third statement and fifth panel, present water. Because if they were fighting by the broken lantern, then the priest wouldn't be in the water because the water's right near the statue. So I think that's where the contradiction is. Bear with me. Need to click back on the game.
Objection!
There we go, Rafe is looking really shocked again. Yep. Me and Phoenix are on the same wavelength. So this is further heading towards the theory that I think is correct, because I'm pretty sure I do remember where this case is going. So I think if the accused in Lady Kira's robes wasn't stood in front of the victim and out of the spring, then where else do you think she was stood? There's only one other logical explanation. Based on the sound of the victim's footsteps. So if the victim was heading towards the accused, then that means that the accused could have only been standing in the spring itself. So basically the positions were switched. Yeah, present the spring. There we go.
Take that!
So whereas originally it was thought that the victim was the victim and the murderer was the murderer, maybe it's actually the opposite, and maybe Abbot Inmee was actually trying to kill whoever was masquerading as Lady Kira. Yep, their positions were reversed. That's right, Your Majesty. So the inner sanctum has been updated again with the updated positions. And the gallery's starting to lose their composure. So, another topic I didn't really get to go much into detail about is so whenever I stream with Fred, me and Fred usually like to go into what we've been doing lately. And whereas I did touch on what games I've been playing, I didn't really go too much into what anime I've been watching. So I have been. It's weird because maybe I've actually fallen out more with binging anime because I'm kind of realizing that depending on the anime that I'm binge watching, I kind of get bent out on it way easier. So I am wondering if I'm kind of starting to favour watching weekly anime more, because it is nice just being able to tune into that one new episode each week. Because watching Dr. Stone the final season weekly has been really nice. Watching Witch Hat Atelier weekly has been really nice. So, and though to be fair, the animes I am binging, most of them are really long. Like, I'm still working my way through One Piece, which you don't even need to be an anime fan to know that One Piece is basically like the Simpsons of anime. It basically never ends. And I'm also working my way through Black Clover, though Black Clover I definitely want to get back into because they've just announced that the long-awaited second season of that anime will be coming out in October. So I now have a deadline in order to catch up on the series by, so I definitely want to do that and get caught up. And then there is another series that I kind of got into, but maybe it's because I've been watching a lot of magic stuff lately. Maybe I'm just getting a bit bored of watching magic stuff, but I am very slowly and steadily working my way through with Story of Wind and Sword right now, which is a really popular, it's one of the newer, really popular shonen animes, but it's really good. And even if I do wish they would focus on the actual kind of focal point of the story a bit more, which is the fact that hopefully one day Will is gonna eventually reunite with his childhood friend and probably his crush and love interest as well, that being Alfie. So, like, her name's Alphys, but Will calls her Alfie. Hi, I'm not dead, I swear. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good start to your week, and I hope you had a good weekend. So, Rafa's insight has been revised, and now it says he rushed the accused and tried to fight her off by the poolside lantern. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear you've had a good weekend and a good start to your week. Are you still working your way through Great Ace Attorney Chronicles? Yeah, okay. Oh no, you think your save corrupted on it? Oh no, that sucks. Yeah, I've had that happen to me very rarely with video games, but it is the worst when it does happen. That game does have autosave, so even if you haven't saved in a while and you think it did corrupt, definitely do double check it, because you might and I'm thinking very optimistically here, but you could very well be wrong. Your data might be okay, or at least you might be able to continue the game from a point that's not too far back from where you actually got to. I really like Maya's upgraded 3D version of her kind of winded 2D animation. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna follow Phoenix's advice. So where is it? There we go. So Maya was in the spring and Tahrust Inmee was facing Maya and stood outside of the spring. So there we go. So I'll go to the new statement, because there is a chance that that statement is the one that's wrong again. So I'll just rewind slightly. So right. I'm gonna... Yeah, I think I might know what to present, but I am just gonna double check because I don't want to screw up. So, on the new third statement and fourth panel, select the lantern site while the winds sound... Yeah, so I am right. Because the lantern that they were fighting near was not the Springside lantern. It was the lantern that was furthest away to the right. So select and then sight the lantern.
Objection!
And the Springside lantern was definitely not broken as well. That's another thing. The lantern that they were fighting near was broken, so the flame was exposed. Yeah, but it's not one of the statue lanterns. It's one of the ones furthest away from the statue. Nope. Oh wow, I'm surprised Rafe is not losing her composure. Unless she's laughing in denial, like, ha ha ha, that didn't happen at all. Oh great, she's refining the vision again. Oh no. Rayfair, stop trying to cover up your own mistakes. Oh what? It did have a wing guard on it. What? No, it doesn't. Okay. Why rightly so though? Oh, of course they're using the right as a reason. Like, duh, of course the wing guard was removed. We remove it for the right. But of course Phoenix wouldn't know that because he's not a local. So, Maya was wearing Lady Kira's robes and standing in the spring. The High Priest is thought to have been moving toward her. So I should look for sensations that stand in contradiction to this arrangement. So we know what we're looking for. Okay. So... yeah, I assume that we... So notice that the sight is a lot clearer now. It's way less blurry. Oh yeah, oh, it's this really finicky one where I have to get it really bang on. Because I don't know if you noticed it for a split second there, but the flame looked like it was flying outside of the wind guard. So if the wind guard was on, then that flame shouldn't have been able to escape that kind of confinement. So, oh, I'm gonna have to get it bang on there. So... right, third statement and second panel. So, yeah. So, third statement. Yeah, that one. And then second panel. Wait. Oh, we can prove it earlier. Oh, never mind, that's easier then. Than trying to pick out when the flame's blowing outside of it. Okay. So looks right. And then... So, select the lantern site when the victim looks right. So, select the lantern site again.
Objection!
So, what could this possibly mean? That lantern clearly contradicts the insight, but this contradiction will overturn the entire case I've been building. Are you alright, Mr. Wright? 1 minute you shout out, and in the next you fall silent. Perhaps it is like the bellow of one who is barreling down a hill with no way of stopping. Is that not right, Prosecutor Sanmari? Don't get cold feet now, Phoenix. Even if this overturns the entire case you've built so far, the only way is to keep moving forward, because that's where we'll find the truth. Sorry, but I'm not barreling down a hill. In fact, I'm in full control of everything with the indisputable contradiction I found. Is that so? The lantern behind the accused clearly... no, blatantly contradicts your insight. Does it now? One of the lanterns on the entrance side of the inner sanctum was broken, and if you watch what Abbot Inmee saw in his final moments, you will notice that the lantern behind the praying form of Miss Faye is broken. There we go. So, yeah, there we go. So I didn't need to actually pinpoint the moment the flame flies out of the wind, where the wind guard should be. Hi King Cash, welcome in. Happy Monday to you too. No, I'm not dabbing, I just sneezed. Bless me. Thank you. Yeah, I don't even know where that came from. It just built up. I hope you're having a good start to your week, King Cash. I've not been up to that much today. I've been mainly taking it easy. Hi, Freddy. Based on the broken lantern, we can tell the lantern positions or Maya and Inmee's positions. I think it's the lantern positions. Oops. I'm just gonna double check the come on. Oh no, Maya and Inmee's positions. Okay. Good thing I double checked, otherwise I would have picked the wrong answer. I was hoping I'd have more to say about my job search, but honestly, since I had that interview that I unfortunately didn't get the job for, there really hasn't been that much activity on the job market. I don't know whether it's because it's a new month, or maybe it's because it's June and maybe companies are getting ready to release graduate jobs for upcoming new graduates. I don't know, because it is around this time of year where companies will start thinking, what up and comers would they want on their team. Excuse me. I am looking though, don't get me wrong. Okay, so I now believe the accused. So based on the broken lantern, where was Maya really standing? So, well, the broken lantern's there. So the broken lantern in the insight was to the right of Maya. So Maya must have been standing directly between the broken lantern and the lantern on the right. So here. Roughly. What? Oh, come on. Did I need to get the position really bang on, Your Majesty? Unless I'm totally wrong, but no. Wait, no. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, I forgot that Maya was facing this, like, Maya, or the accused, was facing this way. So... Yeah, because Inmee was facing this way. So that means... yeah, I am gonna double check the position. Present the spot between the broken lantern and the bottom right lantern. Yeah, isn't that where I presented? Between the broken lantern and the bottom right lantern. Yeah, I presented that. Maybe I needed to be a little bit... well, yeah, I could have been a little bit higher, like there. What? Come on. It was definitely... Unless I'm reading ahead. Maybe I'm reading ahead. Where was Maya based? Yeah, the spot between the broken lantern and the bottom right lantern. That's where I looked. That's where I put it. Moment in the vision where the view is. Right. I'm gonna see if I can get a proper image of where exactly I need to put it, because I've got the right area. Pinkash, your Monday has been busy. You had to take Precious to the vets today to get the bottom of her left ball checked out, and she hurt it. And don't know how it happened, but she is fine, nothing to worry about. That's good. And she's got antibiotics twice a day for 5 days to see if that helps. Then you went food shopping with your mum, and now just had food and chilling out a bit before your stream. Great. Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty similar day. I didn't go food shopping. Fred does the shopping. So Fred went food shopping for us today. And then after he came back, I had food. And yeah, other than shopping and trying to look for a job, I've mainly just been chilling. Oh, go away, hair. I've got a really long hair that's bugging me. Just a loose one that was on my arm. Broken lantern. Right, I'm just consulting another walkthrough that might have a better picture. Yeah, between the two bottom lanterns, and that's what I've been doing, but apparently I need to be really on it with my positioning. I just want a picture as well. How hard is it to get a picture of the exact point where I need to put it. So I really don't wanna fail just cause. Right. May 11 trial, cross-examining, divination seance. Okay. Diagram showing where. So yeah, that's where my fear. Unless, well no, I think I do have the right spot. Clearly I just need to be really precise with where I present it. So what about here? Oh, there we go. I need it to be a little bit higher. Yeah, so in theory, the game did want me to present where the yellow arrow actually was, or where the top of Maya's circle was, compared to where the whole of Maya's circle was. What will you be streaming tonight, King Cash, out of curiosity? Oh, you're playing First Berserker Kazan? I still need to play that game. Yeah, that game is in my backlog. I really want to play it though. Mostly because Ben stars in it and he plays Kazan, but also because it does genuinely look really good. I remember when Chugs showcased it, and I'm still really hoping that he might do like a full playthrough of it on stream one day, because that was a really fun stream watching him showcase Kazan.
Objection. Objection.
Oh wow, you've got it on 2 consoles, so you've played it before on Xbox, but now you're streaming it on your PS5. Nice. I don't really get games for multiple platforms. Yeah, when that's a good question actually. When was the last time, if any, that I got a game for multiple platforms? Well, technically I didn't get this game, like I didn't buy it again on PC, but I do have all of the Resident Evil remakes on both PlayStation and on PC. So Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake, RE4 remake. I might even do the same with Code Veronica remake when that comes out. Get that both on PC and PS5. The huge error is the number of people there, so I think there might have been a third party. Yeah, I can't wait either, King Cash. I lost my absolute S word watching the trailer for it at Summer Games Fest. I didn't even realise it was the Code Veronica remake. Chugs actually kind of gave it away because I didn't realise it was the Code Veronica remake until Chugs was like, oh my god, it's Code Veronica! And I'm like, wait, Code Veronica remake? Yeah, so But it's really interesting how even though the debut trailer for it was in pretty much all in first person, the game isn't going to be in first person, it's going to be third person. But it should be, I do think the remake will be really good because it's written by the same writers that wrote RE2 remake and RE4 remake. So, and I think those two remakes were they're like the best two remakes that have come out for Resident Evil so far. Because I'm not really a fan of 3. Like 3 is okay, but it's not a game I'd really rush back and replay. Even when I streamed it, I kind of played it as quickly as I could because I just wanted to get it over with. Yeah, Chugs' reaction was priceless. I think Code Veronica was one of the first games that Chugs played for Resident Evil, if I remember rightly, on stream. Because I remember seeing him play he played RE3 remake and then RE2 remake in some sort of order. And I remember seeing him play Code Veronica original, and yeah, it's gonna be really full circle watching him eventually stream Code Veronica remake when that comes out, given that I did see him play the original. I am a little bit wary though, because the developers of the remake, they have said they will be changing the story a little bit to better fit with the new kind of timeline that they're trying to create with the remakes. So I do wonder what kind of story changes they're gonna make. No way, BeFresh streamed the RE games in timeline order. Oh, that's cool. So, I'm trying to think how that would go, like, so RE1 would obviously be first, or maybe RE0 would be first, because usually in Japan, if something has 0 in it, it means it's meant to be a prequel. So I do wonder if Rebecca and Billy's adventure in RE0 is first in the timeline. And then I imagine he played 1 and then 3, because 3 comes before 2, and then 2, and then maybe Code Veronica, and then 4, maybe 5, 6, maybe Revelations 1 and 2 at some point in there. I don't know how accurate I am to that. I don't really know the full timeline of Resident Evil that well. The only main part of the timeline I have memorized off my heart is the order of, like, Raccoon City and everything So I know RE3 takes place before Raccoon City gets nuked and before RE2. And then RE2 is when Raccoon City does get nuked. And obviously RE9 takes place a long while after Raccoon City gets nuked. It's also interesting because at last year's Summer Game Fest, they ended the show with RE9, and at this year's Summer Game Fest, they started the show with Code Veronica Remake, which was a really nice touch. I think that was intentional on Jeff Keighley's part, but it was a really nice touch to be like, okay, seeing as RE got such a big pop when we finished Summer Game Fest with it last year, we'll start with it this year. Yeah, I think in terms of games coming out next year, I think Stranger Than Heaven is probably number 1 on my list. Final Fantasy Revelations is probably in my top 3 as well now for next year. Persona 4 Golden as well. Code Veronica Remake. There's so many games that are coming out next year that I'm looking forward to. I thought I had a top 3 and then I'm like, oh no, wait, there's this game and that game. But I think the rest of this year and then next year are both going to be great times to be a fan of video games. It was a really cool gesture for when they revealed the release date for Stranger Than Heaven to not only have Tupac in the trailer, but also have Snoop Dogg, who's also in the game, and Snoop Dogg come out, and because it's a bit of a family affair, because you've got Tupac, who I think him and Snoop Dogg did used to be friends when Tupac was alive. And then Snoop Dogg's son, Cornell Brodus, is also going to be in Stranger Than Heaven. So it's a bit of a family affair. A bit of a Friends of Snoop affair in that game. When the game comes out as well, I am going to be ogling my Spotify like crazy, because the one song that I definitely want in my playlist from Stranger Than Heaven when it comes out is the theme song. Because if you have not heard the theme song for Stranger Than Heaven, it is really catchy, and the minute you listen to it, it will be hooked on your ear like an earworm like that. It is so good. And in Japan, it even made the charts, even though it hasn't even been released yet. People are just listening to the Stranger Than Heaven theme song on loop on YouTube. And it's not even out yet. And it's quite the musical supergroup doing that song as well, because you've got Snoop Dogg, you've got Tori Kelly, who's going to be in the game. She's a really good American singer. Ado, who's really well known for her Japanese anime songs. And also, there's a guy from the Japanese band Bump of Chicken that's going to be in the game. And he's also helping out with the music. And Bump of Chicken are also really well known for their anime songs as well. So, yeah. I probably will be playing Code Veronica Remake myself on stream when it comes out. I would imagine that'll be very similar to when Requiem came out, and I played that until I beat it when Requiem came out, and then yeah, I'll probably do the same for Code Veronica and Stranger Than Heaven. And, well, Persona 4, that'll depend on what point at the Persona in my playthroughs of the Persona series I'm at by that point. Yeah. I think the next game I've probably got my eye on this year, so I'm really looking forward to Black Flag Resynced coming out next month. So I've got my eye on that, and then in September, there's a lot of games coming out in September, but I think the only ones I'm really going to be paying attention to are Onimusha and the Blood of Dawnwalker game that's coming out by people that worked on The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk. I know there'll be a lot of people in the Chugs army that will be really excited about Control Resonant, but I can't really get excited about that myself until I've played through the first Control. And I still need to catch up on Alan Wake, because I played a little bit of Alan Wake 1, but I still need to finish that game and then play Alan Wake 2, which I've heard so many good things about. The evidence that can reveal the identity of the third party is this. Okay. Is it? Yeah, it's the bloodstained letter, right? Let me... Oh, Lady Kira's warning. Okay. So it's the other threatening letter. So where is it? Lady Kira... Yeah, that one. The more threatening looking letter. I'm really gonna attend one of B-Fresh's streams again soon. I can't remember the last time I was at a B-Fresh stream. And usually if you can't remember the last time you were at someone's stream, it usually means that you do need to pay them a visit. The thing is with B-Fresh is, compared to Chugs, he does stream a lot later than Chugs does. Because usually when B-Fresh streams, it's around, it can be anywhere between like 11 PM and then midnight. Well, no, 11 PM to like 1 AM. It's like stupidly late. For me, anyway. Not to mention, his schedule isn't as full on as Chugs is, so it's easy for me to miss B-Fresh's streams. Okay, it is actually the 2-hour mark now, so I do need to wrap up. So I am gonna wrap up, and then I will continue my picking apart of the divination seance next Monday. So, I'll just save again. There we go, now it's definitely right. So, because again, with Ace Attorney streams, I only stream a couple of hours, because I find that like both reading the text in the game and talking to people can leave my voice feeling quite tired by, like, especially if I push it past 2 hours. So I do feel like 2 hours is a really good sweet spot. I'm just gonna save again. There we go. Okie dokie. So, thank you for coming to my stream. So, my next stream will be tomorrow. It is Tuesday tomorrow, which means it is Yakuza 5 Remastered Day. So, I will be continuing. Well, I'll probably finish up with Sajima's storyline tomorrow. And we might get on to the third protagonist in Yakuza 5 tomorrow. I think that'll be like my main goal for that stream, to try and get on to the next protagonist. So that'll be fun. And so yeah, until then, if you enjoyed today's stream, then and you're on Twitch, then do follow me. Subscribe to me if you aren't already a subscriber and you want to show some extra support. Do turn your notifications on so you know when I go live. And then if you're on YouTube, do like the video if you're watching on demand. Comment on what your favourite part about Spirit of Justice has been so far. And as always, suggest games for me to play in the future on my streams. Also, subscribe to my channel so you get direct access to my videos and streams. And subscribe. I already said subscribe. And last but certainly not least, do follow me on my socials if you don't already. Especially, do join my Discord server if you aren't already a member, because I do regularly update on there about whether I'll be streaming, and then if I am streaming, I'll usually post with I like to think pretty good notice about when I'm streaming. I do usually let people know when I stream before I stream. I'm not really the type of streamer to kind of juggle promotion whilst doing the stream. I prefer to do it before and then I've done it. So, yeah. Okay. So I am gonna end the stream on YouTube so I can focus on raiding on Twitch. Oh, great. Thanks for letting me know, King Cash. I might do that, actually, because I did really enjoy raiding Yikes yesterday. Yeah, and it was nice because my IRL friend that kind of connected us was also in the chat as well, so I got to chat with him a little bit as well. So, yeah. But in the meantime, I am gonna end the stream on YouTube, and then I'll probably hop over. I think Jessica Havoc, if she's not playing Fallout, she'll be playing Crimson Desert though, and I don't know if I want to be spoiled on that game, because it's kind of fallen into my backlog, but I do plan on finishing it at some point. So, because I know Jess has been playing a lot of Crimson Desert lately. But on the YouTube side, do join me tomorrow if you can for more Yakuza 5 Remastered, and I will see you then.